Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Cards to Diecast 4 channel, coming here with a little bit of a quick tip for you. Here in a couple days I'm going to be posting a series of videos on how to turn in your cards to PSA. A little bit of an in-depth deal, so each video is going to be a little bit long, but I think it will be something beneficial for you. But one thing I want to teach you right now is that if you've been watching my channel and keeping up with it, you notice that there is going to be at some point a release of a 1988 wax box unboxing. It's going to be the last unboxing that we do for the Jordan vs. Flair series. I get into more of a reason why I don't try to buy an 87 or an 86 box. But one of the things that you notice, that I think it started in '91 when we started seeing the introduction for us, but in the real world it was the last year for wax packing. And with the 88 especially, we saw the introduction, of course, for us because we're going from 93 down, but for 88 in the real world it was the last year where you saw gum involved in the package. Because there's already a video up right now where I do one unpacking of a Jordan front card and the gum takes a chunk of the card. Check that video out. But not only was that a big risk with this series here, the back of the card where there is a lot of wax residue, where the hot roller goes through to seal the pack, it would get on the back card. And with the 88 series especially, the back card was the sticker cards, and these cards could actually be quite valuable. Here we have a Kevin McHale, for example, and as you notice here, you see all that gunky wax staining there. There's some on the bottom, all through the middle part there. Well, I'm going to try to give you a little bit of a tip so you could turn that junky card from looking like that to here's a Magic Johnson, to where you see it's almost pristine on the back. And the only thing you're going to need, in my case I'll be using a bandana. You can use an old t-shirt if you need, or you could also use, I've heard, pantyhose. So if you have a lady in the home, a girlfriend, a sister or whatever, you want to borrow some of her pantyhose to try to wipe this wax off, because that's all we're going to be doing. Get your card and go ahead and place it on a solid surface. And what we'll be doing is we'll be taking, in my case, a banana, and I'll be putting my finger through it like that. And what we're just going to do is we're just going to be applying light pressure to the back of the card, and we're just going to start trying to wipe away this wax. Now, why am I doing this? You know, why should I do that? Well, a lot of these all-star cards from 88 are some of the very cards I'll be turning into PSA. And the 88 series, although it's not to scale with the 86, I believe it is superior to 87 because the rookie class of 88 had a lot of good rookies. Mark Price, Reggie Miller, Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, John Stockton, a lot of good players. But of course it's not to the par of 86, but there's a lot of value that could come from these all-star cards, and you want the best grade possible. PSA, what they'll do is that if you leave all that wax staining on the back of these cards, what they're going to do is that they're going to qualify your card with or mark your card grade with what's called a qualifier. And what that is that, let's say that this card, just for a sake of example, is a Gem Mint 10, but it still has all this gunky residue, which you see now we're starting to wipe away a little bit of it. We're starting to make some progress here. If you were to leave that waxing on the back of the card when you turn it in, at the best grade you could possibly get is a 9. But not only would you be getting a 9, you'd be getting a 9, and then you're going to see this parentheses next to it with either, within this case, it would be an ST for stained. Because that is qualifying that this is a it essentially says that this card is very pristine. The cardboard construction of it and so on is solid. However, unfortunately, because you have all this wax staining on the back, it is it's impossible for us to give you a Gem Mint 10. So we're going to give you a 9, and we're going to qualify the card as stained to decipher it from the other Mint 9s who are pristine but have just some other sort of minor flaw that would disqualify from a Gem Mint 10. But we're not going to put you in the same class as a Mint 9, because those cards don't have the same issue as yours with all this wax staining on the back. Now you want to be very careful that you don't try to bend the card, but once again, as you see, I'm not really doing anything particularly special. I'm just wiping up and down, just trying to get the wax off. Now let's go ahead and try to see what progress we can do with the old shirt. Like I said, I think from what I hear, it's pantyhose that gets the job done the best. But you want to be wiping that wax off, trying to get as much of the wax off as possible, because you don't want to spend the $18 per card to $7 per card, even when they have a special for a bulk $5.75 a card. Send it all the way to California and wait the 3 months to get your card back just to have them give you a card that should have been a solid score, but now it's been taken even lower with its qualifying grade. So what we're doing here is just trying to locate all the hot spots with wax, and you just want to keep rubbing until all of a sudden that rough surface starts to feel smooth. The back of these cards here, which is the 88 All-Star cards, they're sticker cards, and so the stock here on the back is helping me a lot to wipe off a lot of that wax. And right now this card feels very smooth now. So let's go ahead and take another look. And as you see now, for the most part, that card looks totally different now. This card's grade has been significantly increased by just spending a little bit of time wiping down the back of the card. Once again, now I wouldn't recommend, see, like what I'm doing here, I just got on top of this little card case that you see here. I would want to have something a little bit wider. I wouldn't just want to have it restricted to this, because you could be wiping and then push a little too hard and end up bending the top of the card. You don't want to do that, especially for a Jordan. These cards could get you some good money if they turn out to be a good grade. But this is something that you're going to have to do if you want to maximize your potential to get a Gem Mint 10. All the cards that I see, they're Gem Mint 10s, even Mint 9s. They don't have all this wax staining on the back, is because somebody went by and actually took the time to clean the card on the back and get that wax stain off. So we'll see, you got a little bit of a wax stain right there. So you want to check it at multiple angles when you do, because from that angle I don't think we really see it all that much, but when we go and turn it at this angle, we could kind of notice that little stain there on the back a little bit better. But that's just a little bit of a tip I wanted to give to you all. Once again, this has been the Cards to Diecast 4 channel. Keep the watch. The unboxing of the 88 video is going to be coming up here soon, if it's not already up now. And also I think it's going to be like a 3 or 4 part PSA submission series that we're going to be doing. And then once we're done with the submissions and we send the cards away, it's going to be time for the NASCAR diecast. So if you're not really into NASCAR diecast, you know, then just hang on until the cards get back, and we'll talk about more about cards. If you're a NASCAR fan and like diecast vehicles, or at least like diecast vehicles in general, stay tuned to my channel, because we're going to be heading to a lot of 164 scale diecast cars. Nonetheless though, like I said, Cards to Diecast 4 channel, please like and subscribe.